Welcome to the largest show on our YouTube channel, kind of.
Was there a question mark at the end of that statement? On our YouTube channel?
But by largest, he's talking about BMI.
It's accurate.
Yeah, BMI.
BMI-wise?
The largest in terms of weight,
well,
actual pounds.
I represent that statement.
We're not quite an elephant between us, but we're close.
We're there. But I bet you we weigh more than a bear. So,
Welcome to the right credentials.
Thank you.
is that where that's going? Is it really the right credentials? I mean, the show is, but
The wrong
honestly,
credentials.
Well,
Let's talk about tech news.
tech news. Hey, we just finished a webcast covering network basics. You know, we started with, network layers in Austin. Again, we got somebody who actually knows stuff about it to come talk about it. So Austin taught us today a little bit about network layers and OSI and MTU and a bunch of other acronyms that I'd have to watch the video again to be able to answer.
If you know what the acronym stands for, you're getting ready to take a test. Anyone that doesn't know it has just been using it.
Has been using. There you go. It's like you can tell
even
seniority.
Austin was
It's like, yeah, you say whatever acronyms you want. I'll figure it out later, right?
Yeah, check out that webcast. But also the greatest part of that webcast was the fact that he used MS Paint for like everything.
It was beautiful.
No, it wasn't.
Never-
He draws
never
as bad
stopped.
as I type.
Yeah, but that was the entertaining factor.
I guess the beauty of using paint, yes.
He dove right in, and that's respectable.
Well, and he just owned it right out the gate, man. I said I could draw, just not good.
After the camera's off, he blamed the pen.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
We need a
Yeah.
finer point pen is the problem.
I agree. It's not me, it's the pen. I love it.
Submit a ticket to IT.
Wish we knew one. Knew a guy.
Submit a ticket to himself.
You know, speaking of complaints, what? No, really. Have you seen this Nirvana thing, right? The cover of that famous Nirvana album?
Iconic
From
cover.
Never
The little
mind.
baby, right?
Yeah.
Dropped in the pool. I guess the little baby wants some money now that it's 30 years later.
Well, that's got to be the reason. I mean, seriously, because they do kind of a retrospective on that every few years. He's never really had an issue talking about it. He claims, I didn't like doing it. You were a baby. You didn't know. And
Nobody made a choice for it.
well, your dad did,
Yeah,
but they paid him $200.
So should it be like the kid from the Christmas Story? Every time it plays, he should get something. Every time that thing shows, he should get something.
I don't know.
Maybe, but that wasn't part of the contract.
No, if there was one, I
Okay,
don't know.
time out. If he was a baby, he couldn't sign the contract in the first place.
But his
Parents
parents,
or guardians did.
So is that what the lawsuit's about?
So
He should be suing his parents?
he should be suing his parents
Well,
for
yes.
bad contract.
Bad contract. I just think it's funny. I love that album, though.
It's a good one.
oh, it's a great album.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking, if he's going to sue his parents, are we running into another conservatorship type of issue? Is he the new Britney
He's the new
Spears?
Britney Spears.
I reached out to Kurt Cobain for a quote.
Did you?
He has not gotten back to me.
Channel through the
I'm
afterlife.
just trying to picture you doing a
Silence
seance, man. Kurt, we feel you. You're out. We know it's like a Zoom call to Kurt Cobain. I can hear you, Kurt. I can hear you. I think you're there. Are you there, Kurt? It's like a bad
This is
Zoom
going to be
call. Oh man, I can't
really
believe we went there.
controversial
Well, I will
statement.
to hide
Okay,
my
never
shame
mind.
and move on from it. Right?
Well, I think JJ had something to say multiple times.
What was it?
Can you not hear me in your ear?
I'm sorry. It was JJ talking. I turned my ear thing off. Go ahead.
Yeah,
man.
JJ has a hard time getting a word in a lot of the time.
But just around you, Lex.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
I was going to say this might be a controversial statement, but I think Nirvana's overrated.
Oh.
I know.
I think now maybe, but I think that it
I
was their
always thought- I've always
contribution
thought-
to the grunge.
Well, that's the
genre.
thing. I'm going to disagree just in the fact the impact that band had on an entire genre of music at the time. Musically, you could make an argument, but from an impactful point of view,
They hit different in the 90s.
yeah, they absolutely did.
So would you argue that Justin Bieber's just as impactful to his genre?
I'm not
about spit my
only if
drink
you're a
out.
believer.
Was he a pioneer in his genre?
No, not at
Some
all.
may argue.
I'm just going to say, Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, David Grohl's a genius.
Yes, he is. Absolutely.
And yeah, not overrated by any means.
If we're
No.
going for real takes, that's how I feel about Lord of the Rings. it set up an entire fantasy genre, but reading the books, they're not that great.
Wow.
I didn't care for them.
But
Jake
the movies.
Jake is scowling at you
No,
right
no, no,
now.
no, no. I agree.
No, the
Okay.
books.
The
I
books
agree. The
sucked.
books are
Rough.
hard to read.
Yeah.
But the movies, though. You
The movies were hard to watch, man. It
Well,
was like
Lex,
camping,
that's
camping,
because you
eating.
don't watch movies ever.
Camping, eating.
And that's what I don't want to take away from what the books did, because a lot of fantasy genres are built off what Tolkien did, and that's awesome. But the books are rough.
Also, Lex, you like the Love Guru, so I mean, that says enough
watch
about your
anything.
Okay,
movie
you know, you guys
taste.
got to get past the fact that I mentioned I liked that once, because I swear that's your crutch anytime you're like, yeah, but Lex's opinion doesn't matter because he liked the Love Guru.
The fact that I just barely learned this means we're not talking about it enough.
No,
You know,
Lex, your
I
opinion
could
matters.
cure cancer, but it doesn't matter because I like the Love Guru.
Hey, Lex.
Yeah,
Oh, good. You heard me. What have you been watching lately?
the Love Guru. Nothing, man. I've been busy.
You have no recommendations. So let's hear
Movie
some of Lex's,
recommendations. I did
Lex's
watch
picks.
The Big Lebowski lately.
Okay.
It was pretty good.
You have
I mean,
like 10 movies that you have seen ever.
Hey, you cycle through that one, Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, that's nothing new, though, yeah. But I will say this. I have actually had time to watch a movie because I am done with the home repairs.
That's good.
Nice.
I mean,
Have you
it's
been
like
watching home
nothing's-
repair shows?
No.
Good.
Oh, no.
Done for now with the home repairs, though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
There's
Done
always
for
gonna
now.
be more
But
things,
I do want to hand the baton.
Yeah.
Wow. the
baton.
baton of home repairs off to Jordan. What's been going on with you, buddy?
Well, the good school of thumb is when you're handing a
The
baton off.
school of thumb. Here's the baton.
So while you are done with all your home repairs, I've just started.
What happened?
Well, in the last week, I have had to have a repair on my air conditioning and replaced my water heater.
Oh, that's right. You were telling me you were getting orange water.
Yeah, so it was rusted out so bad that the hot water was orange, and my air conditioning, the capacitor went bad. And so instead of blowing air up and pulling it through to cool, it was pushing air down. So it wasn't actually cooling. So my air conditioning was always running,
Wow.
but
Oh,
the coolant
geez.
was warming up.
Was
faster.
your bill going up?
Yes, a lot. In fact, I figured out the cost to repair the air conditioner will have paid itself off here in about 5 months.
Wow.
Oh
That's
my
insane.
god.
That's insane.
5 months. Oh my.
I was paying a lot, but it was constantly running.
Okay. Yeah, that happened to me earlier this year in Florida.
Florida.
Not a place that you want to lose your AC.
Oh, yeah.
No, it is not. Wow.
You know, I got to say, like I always do, I read USA Today, so you don't have to. You guys want to hear the coolest tech articles
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
from US? Okay, here we go. Robocall curator subject to $5.1 million fine.
Not enough.
Not enough. It's not going to stop.
So Robocall, for me, I'm not in the loop on this one. Robocall is responsible for all of the spam calls I get on a daily basis.
Isn't it those like once you answer, then they put somebody on to try and sell you something or try and tell
It
you your
depends.
Windows isn't working or something?
So some are automated voices, and some they connect you if you happen to answer.
So 5 million.
That's
Five-
nothing.
5.1
Yeah, I was going to say that
It's a-
seems low
for the amount
for
of
what they
pain
probably
inflict.
deserve. Yeah.
And they haven't
they're-
been fined. The FCC has proposed a fine.
It's a proposed fine. It hasn't been. Apparently, Jordan reads more than the title.
And how are they going to pay it?
Yeah.
Who's forcing them to pay?
We're going to do a robocall
Let's
to
find
the
out. We'll
curators.
robocall and ask.
Oh man.
See if I get one in the next little bit. We can take a call.
Hey,
Yeah, I get on average about 4 or 5 a day, I would say.
Okay, if anyone gets one in this time, put it on speaker, and we'll take it live.
we'll take it
Oh my
live. Yeah,
gosh.
there you go.
Okay.
Hey, I got a
gonna go
question.
well.
On a completely different note, how much would you pay for an Apple manual signed by Steve Jobs?
Nothing.
Yeah, can I get it
Yeah,
signed by
I-
the guy that created the stuff?
Shut up.
Negative.
You guys are
$500.
so out of the know. Somebody paid nearly $800,000 for a signed Apple manual, or signed by Steve Jobs.
Well, it's because people with that kind of money don't have anything better to spend it on.
Which is 800,500 too much.
I guess I guess if I had that kind of money, I still wouldn't do it either. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, I guess if you're like a huge Steve Jobs fan, like sure, but
That's another one I don't understand. Overrated.
yeah, I mean, he was
I get
great
that
at
he's a
giving
pioneer.
presentations.
He's great at marketing.
He's the greatest thief of our generation.
Time out here. I like to think of myself as very much like Steve Jobs here. I think something up. I talk to Jordan. He does all the work on it, and I take all the credit.
But there's a difference between you and Steve Jobs in that Steve Jobs was not an innovator. He would take other innovations that had been out for a certain amount of time and polish them in a marketing sense.
Yeah, the
Which from-
iPhone was something like, 30 stolen patents that he just repackaged?
And yet, look at Apple today, right? Like, so
I was going to say.
he did a lot
apparently,
right.
Well,
Not only is he a good thief, he's a very good thief.
when
Yeah.
your legal department is so good that you can sue another company because you invented rounded corners and win, that's when you know things are
Time out here. I don't know about that.
So,
Was it Samsung or
yeah.
LG?
Apple sued Samsung, and in the United States, they won the case saying they invented rounded corners. They got laughed out of court in England.
Rounded corners for what? The iPhone?
The phone,
and
yeah.
phones? No
Yeah,
kidding.
yep.
Yeah.
Their legal
You would think
department
that-
is top
You would
notch.
think that that's
Wow.
prior art.
Okay, so time out here. So Steve Jobs is a good thief, and he's got really, really good legal team. That sounds like that dude was smart,
Rich, yeah.
and rich on top of
I
it.
think no one's saying that he wasn't smart.
Nope.
It's just he wasn't the pioneer in the field that many people think he
Yeah, he
was.
pioneered thievery and legalese for that thievery very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't
All right.
original. We'll say that.
Yeah.
But yet,
I'm
I
surprised they
carry-
didn't bring any cave paintings into that legal proceeding.
You know
like,
what?
hey, you see this? That's
a rounded corner.
50,000. There's prior art. See that rounded corner? Prior art.
So I can't. I think I remember in England because they won here, but in England, it was frivolous and they had to take out a full-page ad apologizing for wasting the court's time.
Really?
I think so. I might
Nice.
just be something that I want to be
You
true,
wish-
but
wish
I
was
think I
the
remember
case?
hearing that.
You could have solved like 5 cases in that time.
I'm gonna invent USB microphones.
I like it. You better not have rounded corners.
No rounded corners on these. But going back to more awesome technical information, I've got a list of the too many to read, but I'll give you the top 5 USB microphones according to USA Today.
All right. Yeah. Why not?
Okay. Bring
Okay.
it. Bring it.
Now,
Let's
the
see how
reason
much
this comes
Kelly
up is, you
agrees.
got Zoom, right?
Yeah.
You got to be able to, sound reasonably good, I guess, on your calls. I usually mute as much as I can so they can't hear me snoring, but
You should. Not mute yourself, but if you want to increase the quality of your Zoom experience, a USB mic is typically going to do a better job than what you're going to hear off your webcam.
I will tell you this, that is coming from an audio guy. I would totally believe it.
I don't know what's on this list, but
All right,
I'm
you ready?
hoping that the Shure MV7 is because I love.
The what?
It's a Shure MV7. It's a ripoff of the SMB.
It is. It's number
7.
2.
Well,
Yeah.
Number
more
2.
of
Okay,
like
so
the child of.
It's the child. Yeah.
This is the same company.
They made it look like it. We'll say that. Anyway,
Right,
go ahead. Sorry.
So number
have a
1.
te- I have a
and
technical
can
question on
debate
deck.
these. Blue Yeti.
Okay.
The
Blue Yeti, yeah.
X or 10. I don't know how it's pronounced.
That's number 5.
That one is actually. I'm not a huge fan of that particular version of the Blue Yeti.
Really? Is it goofy looking like all the
I
other
just
Blue
don't think
Yetis?
it. I don't think it sounds quite as good as the original.
You
Blue
really
Yeti.
don't care what it looks like. It's got to sound
It doesn't
good.
matter what
Yeah, I
it
don't
looks
care
like.
what it looks
Okay,
like.
fair enough. Fair enough.
So that was number 5.
That
That was number 1. What was that?
was
Whoa.
some feedback.
That was a
Oh,
Phantom.
it's in the other room.
Other room. Okay.
Yeah, they've got another thing going on.
So
Okay.
the Blue Yeti, that's number 1. I guess I'm kind of ruining
Going
the.
descending.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right. So number
Spoiler
2 is
alert.
the Shure Motive M7. Wow, I'm having trouble. Motive M7.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's that's the one I just
Fair
brought
enough.
up. That's
Yeah.
what we use on our podcast.
It's not bad
Not
for
bad.
a USB.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 3, just a regular Blue Yeti. They got 1st and 3rd.
Yep.
They're very popular.
I prefer that over the first one.
So many streamers that you can see a Blue Yeti
So
in their
you,
shop.
like a Blue Yeti's like what, $100?
$120.
$120?
$120.
Is it worth?
Yes.
Absolutely.
But here's the thing: you gotta understand the use, the application, because the Blue Yeti is a condenser mic. It's going to pick up a lot of noise. The mic that Jake uses is a dynamic, and
Okay.
so for a podcast, that's actually going to be better because the noise cancellation is better than with the Yeti.
And the MV7 is a hybrid XLR and USB mic. So
yeah.
there's
So
It's kind of interesting. We're having this nerd conversation with audio nerds, but no, it's good info. But all right.
All right, just rattle off 4
So
and 5.
the right tool for the right job. So
Yep,
not
yep.
everything's PowerShell.
yeah.
What?
Oh, it's just a throwdown to get at you there.
I don't agree. PowerShell speaks beautifully.
All right, here's one: the AKG Pro Audio Lyra Ultra HD.
Yep. AKG makes a good mic.
AKG, what's AKG?
Adams.
It's German.
It's German. Yeah. The 414 is a legendary mic.
Is
But
it?
Anyway,
Okay.
go ahead. Yeah.
And number 5, well, actually 5 and 6, they're both Rhodes. The Rode NT USB, and the Rode
NT1.
Podcaster. Yeah.
Oh, Podcaster. Yeah. Rode makes a decent sounding mic as well. So that's actually a good list. Well
Dude,
done.
okay,
well
so,
done.
Let me
Kelly
ask you
Hammer
this.
stamp of
so they
approval.
did a fine job on that one.
They did.
What kind of mics are we using here?
Those are Rode.
not USB
They're
mics.
not USB mics.
Okay.
They are Shotgun, the NTG3.
Rode NTG3s.
Oh, the
Yes.
NTG3. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So I have a question about USB mics. Mm-hmm. They're basically just cheap microphones attached to a built-in audio interface, right? Is that effectively
Actually,
for all intents
right,
and
for the most
purposes? Is
part.
that basically what it is?
They simplify the process because they become the audio interface, and so you don't need to have like a Scarlett or anything else outboard plugged into your computer. It's just plug and play.
They compress
boom,
it
right
for
in.
you.
Yeah, and some of these mics now have internal processing, so you can add compression. You can do all sorts of things. Not great, but
I don't like that.
The
I
Shure
like that
does
idea.
yeah.
They have it.
Anyway.
I like raw audio.
So does
Coming
that mean by setup at
likes it
home, you
raw.
guys set me up with a Scarlett?
Here.
We set you up with a Scarlett and an RE320 mic, which is I was actually very impressed with how that mic sounded. I was surprised.
That's what I'm using right now.
Yeah.
Is that what you're
That's
using,
what you're
JJ?
hearing me over.
Now, we all have that same setup, right?
Yep.
That's so when you call up and go, listen, idiot, turn the gain down, you're overdriving the mic.
So what you have is far superior to what a USB mic is going to sound like.
Is that because we got the process, the Scarlett processor? I mean, you separate it out there just better.
It's
units?
just a higher quality mic to start with.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you're trying to tell me it sounds better than my USB camera?
Yes.
It
Just
really
a little.
does.
Just a
Absolutely does. Yeah.
I cannot hear the difference.
You cannot.
That's why other people handle sound.
You can hear the
You're
difference.
not doing audio.
Well, we're about at time,
There you
guys,
go.
on right
That-
credentials.
And
so-
honestly, that's as much USA Today as I can read ever. So
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in to the RC with PDQ.
the RC?
Right
Till
credentials.
next week.
No, really?
Yeah.
I'm Lex.
I'm Jordan.
I'm Jake.
I don't know.
Kelly's here too.
Thanks.
All right. See you guys.